It's bath day at Dainty Acres Italian Greyhounds. We have a dog show coming up, and I like to do my deep coat conditioner a couple days before the show. It is a combination of egg and beer, and the smell's a little bit gassy like beer, so I like to let them air out before the dog show. So we are 4 days until showtime. This is an Eric Salas and Ken Boyle's recipe. It's real simple, but I like it because it makes my whites really white and it puts a shine on their coat that is unlike anything else. And you know what else it does? Boys have a tendency to pee on themselves. But when I use this coat conditioner, the hairs and the skin seem to close the follicles, and it's a lot easier to clean up after taking the dog out for a walk. I like to do it on a warm day because the treatment needs to sit on the coat for about 20 minutes. I'll rub it all over them. And then I've got 3 dogs to do, so I'll put one dog away and then pick another dog up and put the coat treatment on. I let them have access to the outside so it's nice and warm. They can get in the sun and cook that mixture into the follicle. The recipe is egg and beer, so it's fun to watch the dogs try and lick it off. You'll notice that I'm putting it on the toes. Well, that's his white spot. He's got a couple white toes and he's got a white face. I'll finish up Red's deep coat conditioning by rubbing it into his face around the ears. I don't get it real wet because I don't want that going into his ears. So I'm going to take the noose off and finish rubbing it in just real lightly into his muzzle where he's got a white markings and he's got a slight little stripe, so I'm going to make sure that that's done and then just kind of massage it into his ears. He's done. Trying ready to put him out. Well, he's going to go outside. I got him in a little area where he can get out the doggy door. Lucy, Bernie, and Redmond, they'll all go outside and sun themselves. So they've all had the treatment on their skin now for 20, almost maybe even 30 minutes. So I'm going to pick up Bernie and take her into the kitchen, and we're going to get her set up in the sink. I have a noose set up for her head, keep her nice and still, and then I have a divided sink. So I'm just getting the temperature ready by just running the temperature on the back of my hand, just like you would a baby bottle. Dogs, you don't want to scald them, so you want it to be a little bit cooler. So if you just think of a baby bottle, you'll have it about the right temperature. All that egg and beer is just caked on her. It's kind of crusty and gross. But I'm just going to use your over-the-counter shampoo to wash off the mixture. I dilute it down. Again, it's the same recipe suggestion from Eric Salas and Ken Boyle's. Just doesn't have to be expensive. And I just use the same kind of bottle. I like to use a rag so that I can kind of scrub a little bit on the back and the side. I want to make sure I get it all off. So I let a lot of water run for this process. Once she's completely rinsed off, face and toes and everything, I will lift her out and dry her off and let her go back outside and so she can run around again. Thank you for joining us in the Dainty Acres training studio. Well, I guess that would be the kitchen. And we're going to head outside and let the dogs play.